The name of the movie Silo. This series is a continuation of the first season of Silo. For those who haven't seen it, the story is set in a giant building resembling a castle, where humans live after a mysterious catastrophe threatens their lives. A group of people builds this silo, which is 144 floors high and houses around 10,000 people. However, the society is very strict, to the extent that anyone who tries to leave is sent to be cleaned, which means they are sent out to wipe the cameras that show the outside world, which they believe is polluted. The story revolves around Juliet, an engineer and expert in fixing machines and engines. She has a unique talent, but due to her discovery of many truths, she begins to suspect that the silo might be a lie, an isolated place where the truth of what the leader tells them is questioned. The leader, who is corrupt, exploits the weaker people and hates Juliet because she tries to uncover their truth. After several attempts to reveal the truth, they capture her and send her out for cleaning. This marks the end of Season 1. Season 2 begins with Juliet, who was sent out for cleaning after her attempts to expose the truth of the silo. She finds herself walking outside, with her protective suit starting to deteriorate due to the external contamination. However, she continues walking and finds traces that make her suspicious, fearful, and sense that something strange happened in the area before. We get a brief reminder that a revolution had taken place in this area before, caused by the harsh system within the silo. We see a man leading a group of people who are trying to wage war against this system, but they are weak and have no weapons because they were banned inside the silo. They plan to escape this place. Juliet, while walking, feels fear due to the terrifying surroundings, and we see these people attempting to wage war against the system and escape to the outside. They succeed in doing so, but due to the contamination, they can't survive outside. Juliet keeps walking and discovers a nearby silo, which turns out to be an abandoned, trash-filled place with old items. Due to the wear and tear on her protective suit, she is forced to go down into the lower levels and enter this abandoned place. However, as she enters, she falls and gets slightly injured inside. Juliet, despite her fear and the deteriorating state of her protective suit, presses on through the tunnel. She worries she might end up like the others who perished outside the silo. As she moves further, she finds a second gate blocking her way. Clearing debris, she uncovers a piece of metal resembling a rod and a flashlight. She manages to get the flashlight working, using its light to explore. After entering the space, she seals the massive door behind her to keep the contamination out. Inside, she discovers another sealed gate. With the metal rod in hand, she repeatedly pushes, breaks, and exerts herself to finally open it. However, as she proceeds, the damaged protective suit begins suffocating her. Juliet panics, searching for anything useful nearby. She finds old tools and cans, frantically removes the suffocating suit, and breaks its glass components, finally freeing herself. As she regains her breath, she explores further, entering another section of the silo. In one corridor, she finds a mirror and quickly remembers its sinister purpose revealed in Season 1. It was used to spy on people, ensuring compliance and suppressing rebellion. Enraged, Juliet smashes it with the rod, destroying the invasive device. Wounded and exhausted, she searches for something to bandage her arm and keep going. As she walks, memories from her childhood resurface. She recalls visiting the repair section, where she showed a natural talent for fixing machines. A moment stands out of her repairing a small dog-shaped toy, while others around her mocked her enthusiasm, telling her to focus on real work. Undeterred, she always felt that her ability to repair was her calling. Continuing deeper into the silo, she finds areas filled with decayed vegetation and stagnant pools of water. She fills a bottle with some of the water and presses on. Amidst her exploration, Juliet finds a small, damaged toy that brings back childhood memories, including her time with her friend in the repair section. These glimpses into her past highlight her resilience and passion, traits that continue to drive her through the challenges of the unknown silo. Struggling to adjust to her new position amidst the chaos following the revelation of some of the silo's secrets, Juliet remains determined to uncover the truth about past events and what the authorities are hiding from the inhabitants. Power struggles. As the new sheriff, Juliet faces challenges from the higher authorities within the silo, particularly Bernard, who seems intent on maintaining the status quo at all costs. Bernard questions Juliet's ability to lead, while she uses her position to dig deeper into hidden truths. This clash sets the tone for the episode, as Juliet attempts to balance her duties as sheriff with her quest for justice. It becomes clear that gaining the trust of the silo's residents, many of whom are losing faith in the system, is no easy task. Secrets and ancient technology. The episode explores abandoned sections of the silo, where Juliet uncovers evidence of hidden, old technologies that might hold the key to understanding what lies beyond the silo's walls. The history of the silo is gradually unveiled, heightening the sense of mystery. Several scenes depict Juliet examining mechanical parts and ancient documents that help her piece together the silo's true purpose and its connection to the outside world. She receives guidance from allies like Martha, who advises her on how to uncover secrets without drawing unwanted attention. Introducing new characters. New characters are introduced in this episode, including Lucas, a scientist working to decode ancient data, and Kira, a silo resident with personal secrets that could. Juliet recalls the woman who raised and mentored her, named Nox, who often mocked her passion for fixing things. Nox once dismissed Juliet's enthusiasm by saying, "This isn't a child's toy shop," but handed her a complex device, challenging her to repair it if she truly loved the craft. Nox added that working for the silo required prioritizing critical tasks, not wasting time on trivialities. Despite her frustration, Juliet accepted the challenge, determined to prove her skills. Later, after completing her duties, Juliet repaired the toy dog and gave it to her childhood friend. Although the friend initially declined, an elder encouraged her to accept it, prompting her to ask Juliet about the repair process. These moments reinforce Juliet's determination and ingenuity. As Juliet navigates the dilapidated silo outside, she encounters a broken bridge, a remnant of the earlier rebellion mentioned at the film's start. The bridge, which once connected to sections of the silo, now hangs precariously over a pool of stagnant water. Realizing she must cross, Juliet notices ropes and tools nearby. She devises a plan to secure the ropes and create a makeshift crossing. Her engineering skills and resilience are tested as she ties the ropes and attempts to cross. Midway, the weight of her gear strains the old ropes, causing them to snap. Juliet slips and falls into the polluted waters below. Submerged and struggling, Juliet spots a floating metal container, grabs it, and swims toward a dry section of the silo. Exhausted and furious, she climbs out, lamenting her solitude and the challenges she's faced. Determined to press on, she explores further, finding an abandoned storage area with clothing and supplies. Juliet changes into dry clothes, bandages her injured arm with old fabric, and steels herself for the next leg of her journey. Using her mechanical expertise, she begins repairing parts of the bridge and devising a more stable path. Her skills, honed from years of maintaining the silo's massive machinery, give her the confidence to engineer a solution. As she works, Juliet reflects on her past, particularly her time in the repair section and her connection to the giant engine that powers the silo. These memories fuel her determination to uncover the truth behind the lies that confine humanity to the silo. Juliet recalls her childhood and realizes this abandoned silo is familiar. She once visited it with a friend who worked alongside her. Drawing on memories and determination, she begins collecting scrap and tools to construct a makeshift bridge to cross. Despite her injuries and exhaustion, she secures the bridge with ropes and raises it slightly to stabilize it. However, disaster strikes when the bridge begins to collapse. Acting swiftly, she grabs onto the edge, but a securing rope hinders her movement. She cuts it with a knife to free herself and narrowly escapes. Inside the silo, she notices a running fan, signaling someone else is present. As she explores further, she discovers massive canisters and remnants of the damaged bridge. Determined to move forward, she uses these materials to repair the bridge, enabling her to cross. Yet, the eerie environment takes a darker turn as strange voices and mysterious music echo from a sealed door. Approaching cautiously, Juliet sees that the door requires a passcode. Before she can attempt anything, a voice suddenly addresses her, warning that any further attempts to open the door will have dire consequences. The speaker is revealed to be one of the trapped inhabitants of the silo. The scene concludes with the door slamming shut, leaving Juliet in fear and confusion, as the mysteries of the silo deepen.